Hello and welcome. My name is Jamie Lang and I'm a yoga teacher and breath coach. I'm happy to be here today in partnership with FND Hope International to bring you this yoga video series. We'll begin in a comfortable seat. I'm sitting on the floor, but if sitting on the floor feels uncomfortable for you, know that it's okay to sit in a chair. I have a chair right over here on the right. You'll notice it doesn't have arms. These are a little bit easier to move in. So if you have a chair like this, that's great, but if you don't, that's okay too. Find what works for you. So we'll take a moment to get situated. If you're sitting in a chair, sit a little bit further away from the back of the chair so that you're not resting backwards. Let your knees be bent and your feet be planted firmly on the ground. You're welcome to rest your hands on your lap. If you're sitting on the floor, you can sit with your legs crossed like mine are. You could sit with your heels underneath your hips, so you could sit on your shins as well. You'll notice that I'm sitting on a blanket. I like to sit on a blanket because that helps to lift the hips and it makes my sitting on the floor a little bit more comfortable. You'll also notice today that I have some props with me. I have 2 yoga blocks and a bolster, and also my yoga mat and my yoga blanket. You don't have to have these props at home, but I will be using them to show you some of the different things that we're going to do today. So if you don't have these props at home, in place of the blocks, you could use books. And in place of the bolster, you could grab really any pillows that you have laying around the house. Grab pillows from your bed or cushions from your couch. Those work just fine as well. So don't feel pressure to have all of these fancy things. Just find what you can around your house. So we'll go ahead and take a second to sit up nice and tall. So if you're sitting on the floor, just go ahead and get situated and make yourself comfortable. You can let your hands rest on your lap to start. If it feels okay, bring your hands to your knees. If it doesn't, you can slide your elbows closer to your ribs or rest one palm on top of the other and just set them in your lap. We'll begin by closing our eyes. Bring your awareness to your spine and think about sitting up nice and tall, creating length through your spine, almost imagining an invisible string at the crown of your head, lifting your head toward the ceiling. As your crown lifts, your spine lengthens, and you're creating some space in between the vertebrae of your spine. Let the shoulders fall away from your ears. Let your face be soft. Allow your head and your neck to relax. And take a moment to notice the position of your chin. Lots of times we tend to drop our chin because we're looking down at our phones or a computer during the day. So if you're dropping the chin, you might notice a little bit of tension in the back of your neck. If you're lifting your chin, you might notice some crunching in your neck. So we want to avoid both of those things. And you can play around with this for just a moment, dropping the chin and then lifting the chin until you find a place that feels nice and relaxed in your neck. Very gentle, very neutral. Take a moment to drop your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. And again, the jaw is unclenched, so we're releasing the area behind the teeth. And for just a moment, I invite you to let go. Letting go of your responsibilities, letting go of worries, letting go of anything that you have going on right now in your life. And allow yourself to be present just for this moment. Take a moment to notice your body. And you might start with a body scan. You can begin at the crown of your head and notice the body all the way down to the tips of the toes, or you can reverse from the toes all the way up to the crown of your head. And as you notice each part of your body, we'll do that without judging it, paying attention to how your body feels today. Do you feel strong? Do you feel maybe a little tired? Do you notice any aches or pains? It's not right. It's not wrong, it just is, and let that be okay. So for just a moment, notice how your body feels. And draw your mind in to the breath. In this section, we'll focus on the breath. Just for a moment, notice where the breath is coming into your body. Are you congested today? Are you breathing through your mouth? That's okay. If you can, try to breathe through your nose. Deep breaths in and out. Notice perhaps where you feel the air coming into your nose. Do you notice a little bit of sensation just underneath the nose or above your lips as you're breathing? Maybe the air feels cool. And as you exhale, do you notice, does the breath feel a little bit warmer as it's coming out? Again, it's not right, it's not wrong, just let it be what it is. Notice whether you breathe long, deep breaths normally, or whether you breathe a little shorter and a little more shallow. Again, not right, not wrong, just be okay with how you breathe. We are going to change the breath here in just a moment. I'm going to show you a breathing exercise that will help to balance your nervous system. So sometimes when we go through our day, we're going to feel maybe a little bit stressed out, a little bit of anxiety. Sometimes during the day, we just feel like we don't have a lot of energy. The breathing techniques that I will show you will help you to balance both of those. So if you feel like maybe you're feeling like you're a little too stressed out or you don't have enough energy, we can use this breath to bring your nervous system back into balance. And so we'll just start by noticing the body. And then what I'd like you to do is practice a breathing technique with me called Ujjayi breath. And that's a fancy yoga term. It's also known as ocean breath. Some people like to call it Darth Vader breath because we're breathing into the back of the throat and you can hear yourself really breathing. So it kind of sounds like an ocean. So for just a moment, take a deep breath, open your mouth, take a deep breath in, and exhale through the mouth. Now we'll do that together again, but this time with our mouth closed. Breathe in through the nose. Feel the breath in the back of your throat. Keep the mouth closed and exhale through the nose. Make the same sound. And again, breathe in and out. Let's bring our hands to our belly. I'm going to let you continue to breathe just like this, but I want you to notice the changes that are happening in your body with the breath. Take another breath in through your nose. Feel the belly expand. Exhale the same way and notice the physical change of your body with the exhale. Now bring your hands to your sides and you can place them fingertips forward if you'd like. But for a moment, notice when you breathe in the expansion of the side body as well. And then when you release the air, how that changes. Now we'll take one hand to our belly and one hand to our back. So oftentimes we think that we're breathing just here, but we really notice when we do this that we're breathing in different parts of our body as well. Take a deep breath in and out. Notice where did you feel the breath. One more time here, we'll bring our hands to our back. And I want you to really see if you can pay attention to whether or not you feel the sensations of your breath in your back as well. Take a breath in and out. Now, if you liked one of those, you're welcome to keep your hands in any of those places, or you can just breathe with your hands on your lap. I'm going to guide you using the Ujjayi breath through the throat through a 4 to 4 count breathing technique, which will really help to balance your nervous system. It's a very simple breath. You can do it any time of day, in the morning, in the afternoon, or even in the evening. We're just going to breathe in to the count of 4 and breathe out to the count of 4. So if you like, you can rest your hands on your lap, or again, if you want to feel your breath, you can place your hands on your body instead. Begin to breathe in through your nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through your nose, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 1, 2, 3, 4, out, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 1, 2, 3, 4. Out, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do one more. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause for just a moment and notice how your body feels. Maybe you notice that you feel a little different. Maybe you don't notice a change at all. It's okay either way. And just remember, if you need to use this breathing practice, you can do this any time of day, any time that you need. I typically recommend 10 to 12 rounds of breath. And if you want, you can do that a couple of different times. I'm going to show you a technique of how to count this out on your hands. We're going to use our thumb as the counter. So we'll bring our thumb to the tip of our forefinger first for 1, to the tip of the middle finger for 2, take it over to the ring finger for 3, the pinky finger for 4, then take it down to that middle pad of the pinky for 5, all the way down to the bottom for 6, bring it back to the ring finger for 7, middle finger for 8, forefinger for 9, then up to the middle of the forefinger for 10, 11, and 12. So it makes kind of this G shape, this backwards G shape. So if you don't want to focus on how many breaths have I done, you're welcome to use that hand technique to count it out. On our next segment, we'll focus on an exercise that will help to de-stress and kind of balance out the nervous system. Same thing with breath work that we did. We're going to come to a point called a kidney meridian, and that's just an energy point in your body. And when we tap on this particular point, it helps to calm the nervous system down. So what I'd like you to do is bring your hands to your collarbone and take a moment just to press on that bone so that you can feel that area of your body. And from here, the sternum runs down the center of your chest. We're going to bring our fingers down just about an inch or two underneath the collarbone and to the outsides of your sternum. I typically tap with my first 3 fingers, but if you want, you can use all 4 of your fingers. From here, we just start to gently tap our fingers in this kidney meridian. So keep going just like that. If you like, you can close your eyes. And just remember to breathe normally. If you're tapping too hard, you'll notice it. And so if you're tapping too hard, just kind of back off a little bit. So we don't want to be pounding on our chest, but we also don't want to be tapping so we can't really feel it. So enough pressure here that you can feel what you're doing on your body. I'm going to close my eyes and tap with you for just a moment. Let your breath be normal. And continue to tap. Nice and gentle, but enough that you can feel it. And this is a great exercise that you can do if you're feeling particularly stressed out or overwhelmed. And this will help to calm your nervous system down without even having to breathe. I mean, you're breathing, but without having to focus on breath work. And then slowly, slow down the tapping. Make it a little more gentle. And eventually, we'll stop tapping altogether and just rest your hands down to your lap. Pause for a moment here and notice if you feel a change in your body. For our next segment, I'm going to show you a technique that I call the tricky 10. And we're going to do this using all of our fingers and thumbs because there are 10. So hopefully you'll remember this by the title. Like breathing techniques that we've done, we are going to use our thumb as a counter. We're going to take our thumb on our right hand to the forefinger of the right hand. At the same time, we bring our left thumb to the pinky on the left hand. So you'll notice we're starting in different positions on our hand. From here, we're going to move down 1 finger at a time. So the thumb on the right hand will now connect to the tip of the middle finger on the right hand, and the thumb on the left hand will come to the tip of your middle finger. So it's going to look a little bit different. Then the thumb on the right hand moves to the tip of your ring finger, And the thumb on your left hand moves to the tip of your middle finger. And we're going to keep going just like that. So thumb, then to the pinky on the right hand. And then on that left hand, your thumb will come to your forefinger. So you have to really think about what you're doing. From here, we'll reverse. So the right hand, your thumb is going to come back to your ring finger. The left hand, the thumb comes to the middle finger. And then on that right hand, back to the middle finger. Left hand to the ring finger. Right hand back to that forefinger. And then the left hand will bring your thumb to your pinky. And then you can practice that on your own. So each hand will be doing something different. See if you can do this and pay attention to what's happening. Really focus. And if you mess up, you know what? That's okay. So try a few rounds of that on your own. If you ever feel like you're kind of getting outside of yourself, or you're sort of losing focus, or you're feeling a little bit disconnected, this is a great exercise that you can do to help reconnect and reestablish the mind-body connection.